Living to 100 doesn't happen by accident, it happens by strategy. And behind every long, high-performance life is a team of experts or people that really support the individual to living a long, healthy life. So in this video, I'm gonna walk through how to build your personal longevity dream team, the doctors, the tests, the strategies that ultimately will help you stay sharp, they'll help you stay energized, and they'll also help you thrive for decades to come. So why the heck do I need a dream team to support me, to help me get to living to a very high level of health? Look, I have one of the best longevity scores in the world, right? My biological age is more than 10 years younger than my chronological age, and I'm in my 40s. And some, biological clocks are even in their 20s or even early teens. And so there are certain things that I've done over the years to maximize my health, to be very advanced when it comes to longevity, health, and vitality. And the reality is I haven't done this alone. The reason why you need a dream team is because people will see blind spots that you don't necessarily see yourself. So I'll just give you an example from my story of what happened to me and the kind of accelerated aging and challenges that I had. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. And I was struggling in school. My teacher said, hey, you should go get an assessment done. That's when I got diagnosed. And so, of course, my parents did what any other parent would do. They got their kids on medications. And so I went down this kind of rigmarole of the traditional medical field. And I ended up essentially getting to a place where I had a lot of reactions to the medications, or I had side effects to the medications. Some of them were, just a change in my personality, gut pain, difficulty sleeping, things of that nature. And so what was happening underneath the surface is I was actually developing micronutrient deficiencies, because anytime anybody is on a medication for a long period of time, typically there's also deficiencies that end up happening to that. Like, I'll give you an example. Serotonin reuptake inhibitors like Prozac or Effexor, they deplete certain B vitamins that are actually precursors to serotonin, right? So it's kind of crazy that these different drugs can do this, but that was what was happening to me. So part of my team early on was a naturopath that did essentially a gut test on me to see why I was having sharpshooting pain. She did a micronutrient test to see if I had any deficiencies in micronutrients. And then I also had a chiropractor that looked at my alignment and looked at whether my brain was communicating optimally to my body and my body back to my brain. And then I worked with a functional medicine practitioner. And so my mom and dad did not have a whole lot of money at the time. And so these practitioners, they just worked with me. They helped me navigate this challenge that I was dealing with. And so, make a long story short, I ended up in 3 months' time reversing the ADHD dyslexia. I got off all of my medications. I got out of special needs because I had to get extra time to take tests. So they gave me opportunity to take tests in special needs. And look, I'm so grateful for that experience, but I'm very happy that I had a dream team around me that had helped me to create that transformation. So fast forward to when I was in university. I went to one of the top wellness universities in the world. I'm going through to get my doctorate. I'm studying functional medicine. I'm studying chiropractic. I'm studying nutrition. I'm studying all of these amazing sciences, biology, etc. And the reality was I was dealing with my own health challenges. And I hit another hurdle in my health. And so here I am going to become a doctor, and my hands are jaundiced. My liver's been taxed. I don't know why my liver is starting to shut down. And I then, have this doctor that came to my university, and he was talking about environmental medicine. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that mold and mercury caused issues. I open up my mouth. I've got 8 mercury fillings in my mouth. I go back to my dorm room and I've got mold in my dorm room. I'm living in a moldy environment. I've got, mercury in my body. And so I did some testing. And so this individual then helped me actually see that I had neuroinflammation from the mercury as well as the mold and a bunch of other things that I uncovered. And that has been one of the biggest transformations that I've ever made in my life, was to get rid of the essentially toxins that were bioaccumulating in my body. So I went to an IOMT dentist, an International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology dentist. This dentist then properly removed my mercury fillings. I chelated that mercury out of my body. I had eczema on my body, very embarrassing. It was like up in my upper leg, and also on my feet and my hands. All the eczema went away. So that is, I think, the power of why you need a team, right? And why it is important to find people to help you get to that next level. So that was underlying causes, right? I addressed those underlying causes. But later on, I started to work with doctors and friends, and we just started to experiment on high performance stuff and biohacking and longevity. And that's where I think I really started to maximize my health. I mean, this is 2007, 2008, right? So I've been doing this for a while, but here are some key, I would say, practitioners that you should have on your longevity team. One of the keys, I would say, is to find somebody that can help you with your mindset and your identity. I believe that your identity is at the core of long-term longevity and transformations. If I asked you right now, how old do you think you're going to live to? You're going to start thinking about how old your grandpa lived to, your mom and dad lived to, if they passed away, or your great-great-grandfather or your uncle or your aunt, right? And you're like, oh, well, 65, 75, maybe 85 or 95. And so you have this idea of like how long that you're going to live based off of how long other people in your family have lived. But what if I said, well, with the advancements of longevity and the integration of a new lifestyle and an upgrade in your identity of who you are and how you're going to be living your lifestyle, how long do you think that you could live? And you're like, okay, well, maybe I could live to 100. Maybe I could live to 110, 120, right? So you create a new reality for how long you could live. Now that is going to impact your identity and your way of being around ultimately who you see yourself as, is somebody that is going to live to 110 or 120, and I'm going to live to 110 or 120 in good health. So I think that one of the key people that you need to have on your team is some sort of a mindset support expert, a psychologist or somebody like that. Now, you'd be surprised to know that I had the mindset expert for Tony Robbins, who supported Tony Robbins in his breakthroughs cases and some of the people that he worked with, and actually coached a lot of his top people in neurolinguistic programming. He was the person that was my mindset coach. And he was the person that helped me get out of my own kind of small thinking about what was possible with my health. That impacts you in a very powerful way. So identity-based habit change of like, look, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to live to 120. I'm going to make decisions now to allow for me to live to 120 is critical. So number one, I would say, is some sort of psychological breakthrough expert, mindset expert that will help you crush it in life. Now, why did I not say a supplement expert or a functional medicine doctor? Or because they will tell you, go on this nutrition plan, follow this supplement regimen, go into this sauna, and guess what? You may do it and you may get really great results, just like I've seen with so many of the health participants that I've worked with, right? You may end up seeing massive transformations in your health over a 4-month, a 6-month period of time, a year, right? Maybe even sooner than that, like 3 months or 2 months. But guess what happens? The default identity of who you were before that transformation comes back into effect. And it hijacks your ability to continue to get transformations, which is why you need to be focused on, number one, upgrading your identity and creating an identity-based transformation in your own view of yourself and how long you're going to be able to live, that I am healthy, that I make healthy decisions, that I work out, that I'm fit, I do things that fit people do, I choose to eat the healthy food, etc. Now, another person that you want to have on your team, which is, I think, the most important kind of next step, is finding somebody that's a cause-based practitioner, right? Somebody that will help you address the underlying issues, that will do what they did for me, where I was able to see, oh my gosh, I've got a bioaccumulation of mercury in my body. I've got a crazy amount of mold in my body. I have the genes that don't get mold out of my body. And so what I would say this individual is a longevity practitioner. Now, I've got a longevity practitioner certification program, and hopefully in the very near future, when I launch my nonprofit, Live Longevity Institute for Vitality, you're going to be able to see all these practitioners on there and then be able to reach out and connect with them and work with them because they'll have understood my philosophy on how to address all of these different things. And they will not just be able to help address the underlying causes, but they'll help you to live a long, healthy life because they'll also understand longevity medicine and longevity science. So the next person would be some sort of a longevity expert, right? Somebody that understands longevity, but the habits around longevity, but that will hold you accountable to being able to stick with what your plan could look like. So that would be the core team that I would have. Again, number one is like a mindset upgrade kind of expert, like a life coach or something like that. Number two is a cause-based practitioner. If you can find all of this in one practitioner like myself, like I do all of this for my patients, that's a win. But then the third one would be a longevity practitioner that helps you like really transform your health. So those are the three core practitioners that you want to have on your longevity team. Now I could add some bonus team members, right? You want to have maybe somebody that will help you integrate a nutrition plan. You'll maybe want to have somebody that really helps you on the fitness side, that will really get you dialed from a fitness perspective. That's also very important. If you've got past trauma, you may want to work with somebody that can really go into that and help you rewire your brain. Now, I think that, and what I've been told by a lot of my practitioners is that the release of past trauma often is better done on the subconscious or the subconscious level. And so you want to look for practitioners that typically understand that. And maybe your mindset expert will understand hypnotherapy and or different ways to help you, reprogram the subconscious mind. But I have a coach, a mindset coach that I work with. I actually hired another business mindset coach that I'm going to be starting with in a month or so. But that is something I think that is paramount. All right. So the third thing is that the question you may have is, how the heck do I find these experts? Where do I find them? How do I find them? And you find these experts typically on sites that have pre-vetted these individuals. So again, I'm launching in the near future, the Longevity Institute for Vitality. And then all the people that have been certified through the Longevity Institute, which is my nonprofit, you would be able to connect with and be able to reach out to and hopefully get massive transformations from. As of right now, where do you get mindset coaches or people that can help you, with that? There are people that are life coaches, that are mindset coaches that I believe that can really support and help you. Now, a course that I took is called Strategic Brain. And so I would just look on, anybody that has had that certification and say to ChatGPT or an AI, look, I want to find a mindset expert that has had the Strategic Brain or SRI certification. And I think those individuals may help you the most create some big breakthroughs. They may find a bunch of people that have, been on a list. You would say some people that maybe have been working with or been coached by Steve Linder, right? That would be the prompt that you would ask your AI to kind of find people on the internet that would maybe have that kind of expertise. Another website is the ifm.org, I believe. It's the Institute of Functional Medicine. You can find a functional medicine practitioner there. So that will give you somebody that hopefully will understand cause-based healthcare. Another website that you could go to is cellcore.com and see if some of these practitioners, are out there. You may also want to use AI to search where are the Cellcore practitioners in my area, and you may find some really great cause-based practitioners there as well. And then of course, longevity medicine. These are people that typically have gone through my certification, which is the longevity practitioner certification program. And they're, hopefully by the time that you have seen this video, there's going to be more and more people that are certified that will help you. All right. So what are some of the tests and strategies that are essential to really, integrate into the environment of success to live healthy? Now, I really like, I'm not going to go too heavy into this, but I do like the total toxic burden test from Vibrant America. I think that's a great test to look at toxic bioaccumulation in your body. The other test I like is True Diagnostics, test. A lot of people are like, hey, how does Brian Johnson know his biological age? How do I know my biological age? There's a lot of tests that I take for that. But one of the greatest tests is your True Age test by True Diagnostics. So I would highly recommend getting that True Age test. And if you can afford the True Health test as well, with that would be a really good test to look into. And so this is just a quick overview of my dream team, okay? You've got somebody that helps to support you with affirming the identity that will help you become the healthiest version and the highest level version of yourself as possible, okay? So I just call that like a mindset expert. The next is a cause-based practitioner to address the underlying causes of what is going on inside your body. And then the next person would be a longevity coach or a longevity certified practitioner that would help you integrate the longevity solutions and strategies to live a long and healthy life, like I've done over the last 15 plus years to become one of the youngest quote unquote biological age people in the world. Part of the top 0.1% of the healthiest people in the world. So I would have that. But one thing we never talked about is your community. The people you choose to surround yourself is so critical. It's absolutely essential to you living a longer, healthier life. So just look at and do a query of the people that are around you and say, hey, is this person helping me get closer to my goals of being happy, healthy, strong, spiritually aligned and connected, living a long, healthy life, whatever it may be. And, I've done a query on my relationships and the people that are around me, and they're either amazingly intelligent business people, they're unbelievably connected on a spiritual level and are very, live their life with a ton of love, joy, happiness, peace, etc. And, or, people that are extremely healthy and are pushing me to become even healthier, right? So as a closing message here, you don't need to figure out longevity alone. With the right team, the right testing, and the right strategy, you can take full ownership of your health and really future-proof your life. So start building your dream team now. Your 100-year-old self or 110 or 120-year-old self will thank you. And again, if you don't have the budget to do any of this stuff that I just talked about, what I would do is I would lean into AI as a coach. I would make a prompt and I'd say, as the world's top mindset expert, I'm dealing with this. How would you coach me through it? I want to create an identity around being healthy. Please give me identity statements that I can read to myself on a regular basis. I'm insecure around this, and this. What would you do to help me overcome the insecurity, right? And then then you create a prompt as a cause-based practitioner. Hey, I want you to act as a cause-based practitioner. What would you do to help me address the underlying causes of why people deal with disease? Get into toxicities, lifestyle factors, deficiencies of micronutrients, and then organ system challenges like gut health, microbiome, liver, brain, etc. And give me a great strategy or strategies that can help, right? So you can do some things, get some free consultation from AI, which, again, the prompts are really important to do, beforehand. And again, this is only if you can't afford working with a professional. And then the last thing is act as a longevity consultant that will allow for me to live longer, healthier, happier life and act as a longevity practitioner, certified expert that understands the hallmarks of aging, and that will coach me to adopt and address the most important lifestyle strategies and solutions possible, but make it fun and create a winning environment for me to succeed. Something like that. And it will give you some really great prompts. So again, if you like this content, please share it with other people. I'd love for you to be able to get more content like this. So click that bell button, click the subscribe button so that you can get more videos just like this. And then click that bell button to notify you of the videos that come out. Again, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Isaac Jones and look forward to seeing you transform your health often into the future.